You know it is the home of the NHL's New Jersey Devils. Tonight will host some of New Jersey's best amateur hockey players at the high school level. Someone will skate away with a parochial division champ title when Delbarton, the Green Wave, take on the Seton Pirates and renew an age-old rivalry. Hi everybody, Ken Adelberger here. Glad you could join us here on CN8 for high school hockey tonight. Should be a good one. 3 periods might not be enough for this one. Joining me on the broadcast, you might recognize him as a guy who still wears and has worn for 21 years the stripes of refereeing, but he's been a long-time supporter, one-time player of high school hockey, Peter Caggiano. Peter, don't give away your age now, but I imagine that high school hockey has come a long way since you played it.
Ken, when I played in this league, there were 14 teams in this league. Right now, there are over 80 high schools in New Jersey playing hockey, and another 5 to come in next year. Hockey is exploding in New Jersey.
Let's take a look at our combatants here tonight, the Delbarton Green Wave, coached by Brian Day. Now, they made it this far last year only to lose to this very Seton Hall team. So you would figure that Brian Day and his troops do have revenge on their minds here tonight.
Delbarton is on a mission from God. They're ranked number 3 right now in this tournament and by the Star Ledger, have outscored their opponents by a margin of 5-1 and come into this final game 3 consecutive shutouts.
Boy, they do have some firepower. One guy we're going to be looking at all night long, 6'4", 210 pounds, and he's a high schooler. Boy, they make him big. He's George Parros.
George Parros, as you mentioned, 6'4", over 200 pounds. This kid can shoot with the best of them. He's big in the corners. He's big in front of the net. He actually has a ticket to go to Princeton next year, but is going to defer that for a year and try his hand at junior A hockey in Canada.
The Seton Hall Pirates have 2 coaches. John Warchol is the longtime coach. Also, Peter Herms. They'll both be behind the bench tonight. Both a little bit nervous about this contest. Though they have beaten Delbarton earlier in this season, they're worried about the overconfidence bug biting their team.
Peter and John are both worried a little bit, but they're also confident. They know their team is good. Ranked number 1 by Mike Morial in the Star Ledger all year. An amazing 7-1 goals for against goals against, and defending not only parochial champions, but also Gordon Cup champions.
For the Pirates to get to the final game on Monday night, they have to get a huge performance out of this guy, the captain, Zach Hatcher.
Zach Hatcher, he wears 13, but there's nothing unlucky about this fella. He is a good one. A real two-way player. Will come back and help the defense, but can score, and can score from any part of the ice. One of the hardest shooters in the game.
That's it. You've got one of the best seats in the house. A good crowd expected here for parochial division finals right here at the Continental Airlines Arena. And on CN8, it's the Green Wave of Delbarton and the Seton Hall Pirates. The opening faceoff coming up next. Welcome back, everyone, to Continental Airlines Arena. We're ready for this one. Let's check out our starting goaltenders. Down to our left for the Delbarton Green Wave. A freshman, the only freshman on the squad. He is Ross Cherry. How about this? With 3 straight shutouts, comes in this year with a 10-0 record coming into this game.
Kenny, this is an enormous amount of pressure for a freshman, just 15 years old.
And down to our left for the Seton Hall Pirates, Joe Tonzola. He's a junior, made 10 saves in the 8-1 win against Hudson Catholic to get the Pirates here.
Tonzola 13-1 this year, letting in just over 1 goal per game.
And we are ready to drop the puck. It appears, Peter, they're going to go strength against strength. The officials for this one, Robert Treby and Rich Silva. And this is going to be some kind of hockey game. These 2 teams met in this very same game last year, as we mentioned a couple moments ago, and Seton Hall walked away with a win in that one. Delbarton, their memories are very, very good. They want to get back. They want a little bit of revenge here, simple to say.
And also, Ken, when they met head-to-head during the year, Seton Hall walked away with a 3-0 victory.
Boy, they're throwing the heavy artillery out there to start. Lonergan out there on the left wing, and we're underway. Here we are at center. This is Ryan Redpath, dumps it into the Pirate zone behind. Joe Tonzola around the horn, to come to the near side, picked off by Lonergan, dumps it in back behind the Pirates net. Dibble around the horn, can't get it out as Redpath keeps it in and dumps it back in. Exactly what Delbarton wanted to do. Keep the puck in the zone, force the play early, forecheck early, and get possession. Now at center, this is Zach Hatcher. Dumps it in back behind Ross Cherry in the Delbarton net. In the corner, Ed Caldwell, he lost control to Redpath. Redpath around the horn it goes, out to the far side to George Parros. He goes down, can't quite catch up to the puck. Back behind the net, that's Hatcher around the near side. Out into the neutral zone, over the stick of Scott Herbst and back towards the net. Not enough steam on that for the icing call. Here comes Reynold Fossey. Tried to get the puck up to Parros, but that was behind him. Puck goes the length of the ice, no icing there.
Penn, just what I expected. About a minute on a line shift for each side. They both changed already.
Chris Swan into the zone. There's the center, goes out in front, and a shot, save, rebound, score! Oh my! As Ross Cherry lost sight of that puck, it was just sitting at his feet and right there in the slot. And what do you know? The Pirates have scored here early, just a minute 12 in.
Ross Cherry did not know where the puck was. It was a centering pass from the side. We'll take a look at it. There you see it. He makes the initial save. It hits his skate. He makes the second save. Watch how he looks to his right. He has no idea where the puck is, but Chris Swan, the sophomore forward, comes in and scores his 19th goal of the year. There we see another look. First save. Second save right off the chest. He looks to his right. Johnny on the spot. Chris Swan swoops on that loose puck right in the crease and gives Seton Hall the 1-0 lead early here in the first period.
And you should credit an assist there in the play by Dan Purcella on the initial shot. Now here comes Delbarton the other way. This is Egan on the right side. Has a man in the slot. Oh, a weak backhand shot attempted there by Joe Crotty. Did not get good wood on that whatsoever. Behind the net. This is Connor McNally. He's bodied off, gets the puck out to the neutral zone, and hammered right back in off the stick of Scott Herbst. McNally again to center. Thought he had Chris Swan ahead of the pack. That's picked off by Delbarton at the blue line. This is Herbst. Offside as Swan is in the zone just a bit too early.
Here we take a look at our goal scorer, Chris Swan. Just a sophomore. That's his 19th goal. Puts him at 41 points this year. And what he did is he kept his eye on the puck. He knew where the play was, and as soon as the goaltender lost it, he was quick in reacting and was able to poke it home. Now, a lot of people are going to say, hey, he was in the crease, but that's okay because the puck was there first,
yes,
and the player can enter the crease if the puck precedes him there.
Face off in the neutral zone just outside the Delbarton blue line, won by the Green Wave. Given away to the defense and hammered right back. A lot of neutral zone play here at the moment. Tonzola will hold and give way to Ed Caldwell. Up the left wing, kept in by Redpath. Redpath back behind the Pirates' net. Again on the hard around, this is going to be kept in by Hewitt. He takes a shoulder, and on the clear, yes, out of the zone to center. This is Hatcher. Hatcher in. Hatcher with a shot, score! Zach Hatcher just raced to that puck, got the long lead pass, and wow, this couldn't have started off any better for the Pirates in this one, Peter.
Zach Hatcher using his strength and size. You saw he was being hooked by Scott Herbst from Delbarton, but he just fought through the check, came in on on Ross Cherry, and Cherry seemed uncomfortable on that play, did not come up big, and was beaten on the play. Here we're going to see, watch the shot, beats him right between the legs, right in the 5-hole. We're going to watch the pass as it comes from deep in the zone. Picks it up just outside the blue line. Notice how he gets his hands free so he can keep his hands on the sticks. And he shoots. And for Zach Hatcher, that's his 29th goal of the year. And Delbarton is called a timeout. Good idea.
Yeah, I guess so. They've given up 2 goals here in a little bit more than a minute's time. And they find themselves in a deep hole against this Pirates team that has proved all year long that they can really put the puck away.
And look, there's Peter Herms shouting instruction to his team. He doesn't want his team to think it's going to be a cakewalk. Yes, it's 2-0. Yes, it's early. But they have to keep the pressure on because Delbarton can come back.
Well, it's funny. We saw the first goal there scored by Swan. You're looking at Hatcher right now, who has the second goal. But one of the things that Darren Rowe of the Delbarton Green Wave said that he had to get tonight was absolute sensational goaltending. They had to limit the second chances. And what do you know? The first goal of this hockey game was scored on a rebound.
First one on the rebound, the second one on a breakaway. But both times, Ross Cherry struggled a little bit. There you see Brian Day. He's going to get his team up again. He'll get them going. They didn't win the Menin Cup in the 9 of the past 11 years for nothing.
Ryan Day trying to rally his troops, get them going.
There you see some of the physical play right there. That was by Brady Crooks of Seton Hall.
So many things start, huh, from a simple body check.
And the breakout pass from deep in your own zone, and that's what made the play work.
Herbst into the zone, not enough mustard on that to get it in on goal, and Tonzola. And here come the Pirates the other way along the near side. Good check thrown there. Try to go D to D. This is Herbst. He has to retreat in his own zone, now behind his own net. With Joe Fernandez forechecking. Right wings a pass to Falsey. Up the center now. This is Lonergan. Lonergan off the wall. Gets it into the zone, but there's that Pirate defense standing up well and just dumping the puck right back out. Delayed offsides. It's good now on the tag up. This is Murphy now with the puck. Left wings a pass. Doesn't get it out though. Kept in by George Parros. Around the horn, they'll try the right side at the point. This is O'Callahan. He keeps it in, gets it into Lonergan. Turns away from the checking, takes the shoulder. The Pirates clear it. Yes. Out to the neutral zone. Forced to retreat now. This is Ryan Redpath. Deep in his own zone. Turns, looks up ice, and left wings a pass quickly to Dave Solomon. And then on the icing call, Solomon couldn't handle the pass. The Green Wave are guilty.
Delbarton tried to catch Seton Hall on a change there. They tried to hit a player right by the Seton Hall blue line, but he was unable to handle the pass. Went all the way down across the extended goal line, and in high school hockey, it's automatic icing.
Pretty good shooting percentage there if you're a Seton Hall Pirate.
2 out of 3, not bad.
Face off to the left of Ross Cherry.
Didn't Meatloaf do a song by that name?
2 out of 3 isn't bad. I don't know. Did they? Geez, you know everything. Hockey, you can call the penalties. You're up to date on your music and everything. Well, this has just been total domination thus far. I know it's early. By Seton Hall. Justin Liebman to take the face-off. And he wins it back to the point. Caldwell steps in and wraps it behind the net. This is Liebman on the wraparound, getting a piece of the stick of Cherry. And here comes Delbarton the other way. Joe Crotty on the rush. Joe Crotty goes down, but shot the puck inadvertently into the Seton Hall bench. We'll have a face-off in the neutral zone just in front of Peter Herms and those Pirates.
Great play here. Watch his hip check by John Dibble. Right there, throwing the hip right into the midsection. Takes him right out of the play.
Liebman again to take the face-off. Out against Roger Egan, won by the Pirates. This is Dibble off the wall, gets it ahead. This is Ed DiMartino. Tries to get around and looks to center. The pass does get it away and just trickles past the near post. Bad clear. Caldwell and then can't handle it at the point. He's bodied off, delayed offsides. And on the tag up, it's fine. And here comes the Green Wave the other way. Ed Caldwell into the zone, off the wall, behind the net. Dibble with it. Dibble right up the gut. Gets it off the right wing past Emil Solomine. Back into the zone. That's off the stick of Ryan Reynolds. Behind the net. Bodies are flying now. Puck is loose behind the net. There's Caldwell with a big check. Puck is loose, and finally Tonzola slaps the glove down on top, and we get the whistle.
Kenny, sometimes that's what it takes. It takes a hit to get you into the game. You have to remember, this is the Continental Airlines Arena. There we're seeing some of the physical work right there. That was Ed DiMartino using the body. But the players are in awe of this building. This is the first time most of them have played in this building, and it's exciting. And sometimes it takes the first hit, the first bit of contact, to bring you back to reality and say, hey, this is a hockey game. I have to play.
You know, talking with Peter Herms, he said Delbarton's the bigger team. They're aggressive. We got to, take those hits and suck them up. Well, as you see by that graphic there, it's the Pirates that have come out throwing the weight around. The Green Wave with the puck, neatly stolen away. And on the rush now, Brandon Doria, he can't control it. Delbarton will get to it first. Falsey around, off the right wing boards, gets it up to George Parros. Parros turns off the shin pad of Lonergan. Now Lonergan at center. They'll try it 2-on-2, and now Parros joins the rush. Parros to the net. Parros gets a shot away, and then takes a shot at Joe Tonzola. He flexes the knee. He's okay. Here come the Pirates the other way. Dave Murphy in. Murphy, circle right of Ross Cherry. Centers one. Puck is loose out in front, and then cleared away by the defense to the near left wing corner.
Kenny, that play worked once before. They tried it again.
Back to Brady Crooks. Left wings a pass. That was intended for Doria. Too hot for him to handle. The Green Wave will take over and retreat to get away from the checking. This is Pat Lonergan. He is the playmaker, the one who sets up George Parros a lot. He goes down, and that'll cost a Pirate a minor. As Doria got the stick in there, and he's going to be going off.
Well, he got a stick right there, right by the ankle, and he made the fatal mistake of pulling back. Here we're going to see that play before. That's the pass from Lonergan in front. Parros couldn't quite get a stick on it, but if you notice, Joe Tonzola had squared himself to the shot, had taken away as much of the net as possible and made the save. Here's the play where we start. It worked before, it almost worked there again. You see Ross Cherry with the save, but that time he got a little help from the defense to clear the puck away.
So Delbarton finds himself down 2-0, 5:10 into the game, and they pick up the first power play opportunity of the game. And no better time than the present with this man advantage to get to at least have that lead anyhow.
Right now, Delbarton, if they can score a goal during this power play, puts them right back in the game.
Egan lost the faceoff. The Pirates will control. This is John Dibble will clear the length of the ice.
The thing is, they should not be too fancy. Get the puck into the Seton Hall zone and do what they do best, which is to work the perimeter and then force the shot in the middle.
Here comes Egan up the right side. Left wings a pass. Gets it over to Ryan Redpath. Too far ahead for him, and Ed Caldwell is there to hammer it back into the Delbarton zone. Dan Perry now being pestered by Chris Swan. Swan doing a very effective forechecking job. Here comes Egan again. Long pass, left wing for Caldwell. Or pardon me, that's Crotty. Crotty takes a stiff check, and clearing the puck neatly is Caldwell, his counterpart. 227's battling it out there. This is Galsky, dumps it back in to the right of Tonzola. Tonzola will let Caldwell handle and clear the length of the ice.
Depending what the fans have to remember, this is high school hockey. There are no two-line passes. You can hang all the way at your opponent's blue line waiting for the pass.
And there's an errant lead pass that goes for an icing call. We have 57 seconds to go on the Delbarton power play, which hasn't mustered much yet.
There we see Parros. Oh. Notice it hit the broken stick that was laying on the ice, and that's why it was not connected.
Other than that, it would have been a perfect tape-to-tape pass.
And that's why you do it. You hang a guy at the far blue line, and if you can get it to him, he's usually all alone.
So now this will favor, obviously, Seton Hall as they'll get the face-off deep in Delbarton territory. Ryan Day looking for that elusive first goal. Behind the net, Lieben there, again with a good forechecking job. One Pirate and two Green Wave, and they can't get the puck out of his skates. Finally, Lonergan digs it loose. And he'll start the rush. Left wings, gives to Parros. Parros at center. Comes down the left side. Parros cuts to the middle, takes the shot, and sticks the side to the left wing board. Parros there on the rebound. Moves well for a big guy. Zach Hatcher also catches a piece of Fossey stick up into the crowd, and a quick stoppage with 32 seconds to go on the Delbarton power play.
There you take a look at the big gun for Delbarton. It's George Parros, the senior. Good shot against Joe Tonzola. Tonzola did a nice job using the left skate, and what he did so well is he directed the rebound way to the far side, away from everything. There we take a look at John Warchol, the co-coach of Seton Hall Prep. John, as you noticed, was on crutches, and that's because he had hip replacement surgery about 2 months ago.
This is Dibble behind the net. Left wings does not get it out. Lonergan does. Lonergan controls it. Lonergan back deeper for Parros now. A return to Lonergan. They have help in the slot. Parros behind the net, back to the point. Callahan, will he unload? He does, and it gets high into the chest protector, into the glove, rather, of Tonzola as he saw that one all the way. And a little testiness to the left of the Pirate netminder.
I think Delbarton might be getting a little bit frustrated. Here, Delbarton works the puck well. They come back to the point. That's Owen Callahan, the senior defenseman, takes the shot, but it wasn't a particular hard shot. And also, Tonzola had a good view of it, so he was able to use his catching glove. And whenever a goaltender can use his catching glove, 9 out of 10 times he makes the save and holds on for the whistle.
Owen Callahan leads the defenseman in scoring for this Delbarton Green Wave team. 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points. Just 7 seconds to go on the power play, so if they're going to get the goal now with the advantage, they're going to have to do it quick. It's going to have to be a perfect face-off draw win. And Parros is going to take it. But it's like he wants to get it back to Callahan here at the left point. No, it goes the other way. And controlled by Seton Hall in the person of Gary Tashian, and that should do it. Back to 5-on-5 hockey.
Kenny, in that whole power play, they had 2 shots on goal, and neither one were particularly difficult.
Up the left wing, this is Parros. He can't control. Pirates hammer it back, and then finally Dave Solomon the other way. In on the forecheck. He's got Murphy in his sights, but can't catch up to him. Puck is cleared to the neutral zone. Hammered back in by Chris Ryan. And again, here's Dave Murphy to control. Takes it behind his net. Brings it up the gut. Into the skates of Matt LaPaglia. Controlled, however, by the Pirates. And here we go, back down into the Delbarton zone. This is behind the net. Chris Swan. Swan with it. Swan to the near side. And the pass just wasn't on the mark for Gary Tashian. Here comes the green wave. Rusty Hewitt. His attempt to get into the zone is denied. Scott Hurt has it now. Quickly over to Chris Ryan, who just gives it up to the Pirate defense. Hammered back in, delayed offsides. Delbarton will have to clear the zone, and they do. And out the right wing, lead pass to the stick of Chris Swan. Swan to the top of the circle, takes the shot, wafted away by Ross Cherry. Tashian on the rebound to the circle to the right of Cherry. Here come the green wave again in the person of Rusty Hewitt. Gives way now to Roger. Egan will tee one up, and that's high and wide to the far side. Tashian on the back end of the circle now. Dan Perry working the corner as well. Doesn't have anybody out in front. Will settle for the tie-up. No, puck squirts loose. Bad clear there. Into the skates of Crotty. Crotty with a shot. That's over the glove of Tonzola. To the near side it comes. Redpath can't keep it in. And this will trickle in on goaltender Ross Cherry. No, just to the left of the net.
Both teams shooting the puck very high. I don't know if something they noticed from the beginning of the period, but both teams going for the upper corners.
In the circle to the left of Tonzola, stolen away. And here comes Zach Hatchett. Coming off a hat trick in his last game a week ago. Makes the move, loses control. Puck is still loose. Gets it over to Crooks. Crooks behind the net. Gets around one out in front. And cleared away neatly by the stick of Ed Caldwell.
That was great positioning by Delbarton. When the pass came out from behind the net, they had their defenseman to cut it off, and he was able to steer it up to the man in the slot and get it out of the zone. They're finally starting to click with their passing.
Comes Lonergan on the offensive. He's hooked by one and then checked off by another. Hatcher takes a run at Solomon, and that one just misses. This is Dibble with it. Long clear to center, hammered back into the zone. Of course, Delbarton had to tag up, or that would have been offsides, because the Pirates just about to free out, but they have a bit of trouble trying to clear the puck. Rink wide. This is Crooks. Crooks to the backhand. Crooks to the slot. And the defense is there in the person of Chris Ryan for Delbarton. Puck still in the Delbarton zone, though. And here's Fossey on the backhanded clear. Just in front of the penalty benches, Fossey lofts it into the zone, back behind Tonzola in the Pirates' net. Out the left side, long lead pass to Brady Crooks. Crooks from the blue line, and a nice save. Stick aside by Ross Cherry. And that's it. One shot, no rebound. That's exactly what Brian Day wanted to see. Even though it was a long shot, nonetheless. On the clear, a bad one. Oh, a fortuitous hop under the Pirates' stick. Still kept in the Seton Hall zone, however. Bringing it back in even deeper on the right wing, and finally it'll clear. Callahan flutters one back into the zone. Dave Murphy will hammer it around near side and try it. Puck does not get out. To the right of Tonzola it is. Murphy one more time. Just turns and keeps firing it. One of these days it's going to work, and that time it did. Callahan off the wall.
Game getting a little bit ragged here.
Yes.
Not the flow that we had earlier. You're not seeing any concise rushes and good breakouts.
LaPaglia will try it 1-on-4, loses control, and that's simply too many.
Just like you said, Kenny, 1-on-4. We're not seeing the good play.
To the Delbarton blue line, this is Fossey. Left wings a pass. That intended for Doug Galsky, too hot for him to handle, though Galsky will go into the corner with Murphy. And then lean on a little bit. Puck squirts loose. Delbarton has it. Back to the point. Chris Ryan, no shot. Gives it up to the corner. Again, this is Dan Perry on the backhand. Gives it away to Dave Ryan. Ryan bumped off. Delbarton will get to the loose puck first. Doug Galsky in a big check along the far side. You heard the rumble. On the clear, here comes Murphy. He'll look to outlet and then get a defensive change. Will the Pirates, as the Pirates are whistled for icing with 3:08 to go here. It is 2-0 Seton Hall. Both goals coming within the first 2:15 of this hockey game.
Although there were no shots on goal by Delbarton, at least they kept the puck in the Seton Hall end. That's got to make Brian Day happy. Territorially, the puck is staying down the Seton Hall end more and more, forcing Seton Hall to ice the puck to get rid of the pressure. Here we take a look at Ed Caldwell from Seton Hall, the junior defenseman. 3 goals, 15 points this year. And there's our netminder, Joe Tonzola.
Face off to the left and a quick shot, and it trickled off the glove. And then he fell on top of it, and getting a beneficial whistle there was Joe Tonzola, perhaps the best scoring opportunity for Delbarton thus far.
Easily the best scoring opportunity and the best save by Joe Tonzola. The toughest shots are the ones that come right off the face-off because you're not expecting it. There you see it with his left arm and a little bit of the pad. And notice who's right there. That's Parros trying to poke in the rebound.
Big George Parros, all 6'4", 210 pounds. Face off again. Stuck in the skates now. Won by Delbarton. This is Parros. He'll look to set it up. Get across ice intended for Redpath. He steps up, and here's a 3-on-3 the other way now. Zach Hatcher over the line. Lost control of the puck. The triple behind the net. On the hard around, that gets caught up in the skates of Redpath. Lofts one high and gloved down neatly by... That was Lonergan. Into the zone now. This is Parros. Steps around one. Can't center the puck as he had fallen down. Good try, however. Back to the point. Fanning on the shot was Chris Ryan.
He did a nice job to recover, though, because right there, number 15, as Brandon Doria was trying to make the breakout play, but he did a nice job to slow him up so that he could not get by him.
Redpath fanned on his attempt. However, he did get it up to Dave Solomon. Back behind the net again. This is Redpath one more time. Great wings of pass. A hot one it was for Roger Egan. Could not control, and the Pirates dump it right back in. Cherry to lead, gives to Ryan. Ryan up the right side. Gets around one defense, gets it to the line and shoots it in behind the net. Guarded by Joe Tonzola. Tonzola's had to face 4 shots. The Pirates out shooting Delbarton 7-4, and the Pirates whistled for an icing here.
Kenny, we're inside the last 2 minutes. Right now it's probably the last line shift for each one of the teams out there here in the first period. And what they're concentrating on right now is they want to take something back to the locker room. They want to make an impact. They want to make a play right now at the end of the first period that's going to propel them in the second period. There you take a look at Peter Herms, coach of Seton Hall Prep. Peter, back in '95 when he was coach of Montclair High School, who, by the way, won the very first public school championship, was named Coach of the Year by the North Star Ledger in 1995.
Face-off won by Delbarton. Callahan eyes up an opportunity and just whistled it wide. Kept in at the point by Scott Herbst. Still in and then eventually cleared back to center. Callahan back into the zone. Delbarton clears. Connor McNally lost control. LaPaglia in a battle with McNally. And in to help out is Gary Tashi. Off the right wing boards, get to the center now. 2-on-1 if they see it. 2-on-1. Here it comes, the Pirates taking the shot. Oh, and a fine save. Rebound, and Ross Cherry has that as well. 3 quick shots. This is Purcella with a good opportunity as well. Swan and Purcella with all kinds of opportunities, and Ross Cherry had to come up big there.
What a play by Ross Cherry. Not only does he stop the pass from going across, 5 seconds later he makes the save point blank to keep his team in this game. Watch what we're going to see. There's the pass. He's going to try to go to the player on the far side. Cherry extends the right leg, makes the save. Notice right there, makes the first save, and then the puck was behind him, but that was Scott Herbst, the defenseman, clears the puck out of the play. There's the first one. Watch the second one. It's by him, and that was actually Matt LaPaglia who made that save. And then there the puck just scampers wide again. So in the last 30 seconds, a tremendous amount of pressure around Ross Cherry.
I'd say. Doria now in the corner with Fossey. Dan Perry will skate away with the puck. Perry, bothered from behind by Zach Hatcher, and that's going to draw a call. That's going to get the big hook. And Hatcher's going to spend the next few minutes anyway thinking about it.
Well, there's 50 seconds to go here in the first period. We're going to see right there, Hatcher guilty of not using his legs and using his stick. These kind of penalties happen when the player doesn't skate hard enough and uses his stick to catch up with the player. And there you see he wrapped it right around the midsection and pulled him down. And our official Bob Treby, right on the call, makes the hooking play.
We've had 2 power play opportunities in the game thus far, which has 50 seconds to go here in the first period. Both Delbarton power plays. They are 0 for 1 on the night thus far. Lonergan wins the faceoff, gets to Fossey, quickly over to Callahan. Callahan at center, off the left wing board, behind the Seton Hall net. Parros is there. Lonergan is there. A return to Parros. Too hot for him to handle. And easily on the clear. This will be Brandon Doria to center.
Danny, this is real big here. Delbarton can score, puts him right back in the game in the last minute.
Good clear there. John Dibble was the first one on the puck and cleared at the length.
We're going to have another penalty here. It looks like Parros is going to go for a cross-check. That's Rich Silva. It was behind the play. I didn't see it, but as soon as Ross Cherry touched the puck, Rich Silva blew the whistle, and Parros was the guy arguing, so I know it's against him.
That won't make Brian Day very happy, because that negates the power play, which had only run for 28 seconds or so. So the big guy's going to sit. This will obviously carry over into the second period.
What'll happen for approximately 30 seconds once we get into the second period, the Pirates will have a power play.
Brian Day putting the youthful one in goal for the 4th straight game, and why not? Ross Cherry came in with 3 shutouts. That string is broken.
3 consecutive shutouts and 10 victories.
Number 13, Parros.
We get the call. Parros for a cross-checking. Kept it at the point by Dibble. He takes a shot. That flutters wide. Handled by Cherry. Gives it to Callahan. Callahan will outlet. Has Dibble at the left point. Dibble back into the zone off the stick of Lonergan. This is Fauci on it. He takes a heavy check. Caldwell steps up on the play and delivers a shot that was just wide of the net. Again, Paz Dibble out at that far point again. Gets it back to Caldwell. Near side, and time has expired here in the first period of play. And the Seton Hall Pirate faithful stand, and they applaud because their team came out smoking. Twice they scored in the first 2:15, and they have themselves a 2-0 lead after 1 period of play. Here at the Continental Airlines Arena, it's 2-0 Pirates over the Green Wave. Our intermission activities will commence in a moment.
New Jersey.
Welcome back, everyone. It is intermission time here at the Continental Airlines Arena. Good period it was for Seton Hall. They have a 2-0 lead over the Green Wave. Ken Adelberger, Peter Caggiano back with you, and they did their damage early. And my heavens, they talked about second chance opportunities. Did Brian Day wanted to eliminate those, and that's the bugaboo that got to the Green Wave early on, Peter.
Seton Hall came out smoking. We're going to see the first goal here. This is the play where the pass comes out from the corner. But what I want you to watch is the tenacity by the Seton Hall player. That's Chris Swan. He's going to come in right there, right now. Bingo, as Cherry doesn't know where the puck is, and he pops it home for a 1-0 lead.
A little more than a minute later, they made it 2-0. Along with some good hitting, the whole thing started back in the Pirate zone.
Good defense creates good offense. There you see the defensive playing the zone. The centering pass comes out from their own zone. Now this is Zach Hatcher. Picks up the puck right here at the blue line. Fights off a check. Gets his hands free and beats Cherry between the legs for a 2-0 lead.
And then things kind of settled down for a while until about the 2.5-minute mark to go in the period. 3 quick shots, 3 fantastic saves by Cherry.
Boy, I don't know how this puck didn't go in. Cherry was remarkable at this point, making 1 save. There you see the second save off his chest. It's behind him. The defenseman has to clear it away. Good pressure by Seton Hall. Great goaltending by Cherry.
2-0 are, of course, the important numbers here for the first period. Pretty much an all Seton Hall period. What jumps out at you when you see those numbers?
Well, I look at the shots on goal, 9-4, but you have to remember it's only a 2-goal lead. That is definitely catchable by Delbarton.
All right, still a long way to go in this one. 2 full periods to go, and we'll be back here on CN8 to bring you the second period between the Green Wave of Delbarton and the Seton Hall Pirates in just a moment. some future high school hockey players. We've got some future high school hockey players who are hoping to be future big league players. Good crowd on hand for this one thus far.
They're kind of giving the Hulk Hogan pose there. I see them flexing their muscles.
Let's see, we got one that looks like a Giants fan, another one a Braves fan, and then there's just other fans.
Those are the pretty fans.
All right, what do you say if you're Brian Day and you're the coach of Delbarton? Get your team going here. You've got 2 periods to go.
Well, you started off real poor, and obviously being down 2 goals in the first 2 minutes. But if you take a look at the rest of the period, he hung in there with Seton Hall. So that has to be a moral victory. Now they have to take it 1 level higher, and they have to put one on the board.
He had mentioned that in the 2 losses to Seton Hall earlier this year, that, well, the one was a 6-2 loss, but they thought they won the 3rd period. The other one was a 2-0 loss. But, well, they were building for some confidence anyway. They just want to find some confidence and build on whatever they can. My heavens, that was a period that went the wrong way quick.
There we take a look at the freshman goaltender. That's Ross Cherry. He will now be to our left here in the 2nd period as the team switch ends. Now that sometimes creates a little bit of a problem because you like to change when the puck's in the offensive zone, not in your own defensive zone. But right now the defensive zone for the team is way on the far side of the rink. As you look at the building there, as you look at the screen, Delbarton in your upper right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Their goaltender is way to our left.
And the puck has been dropped, and here's Falsey with Delbarton. So they win the first face-off and hammered into the zone by Roger Egan. And then he takes a shot, hammered back out of the zone. Falsey dumps it back into late offside. Cleared Caldwell off the boards to Lonergan. He overskate. Here comes Tashian the other way. He's in the zone, but Falsey behind the net.
In about 30 seconds, Seton Hall will get a power play out of this. Right now they're skating 4-on-4.
Behind his own net, Roger Egan simply high up the breakout and bring it out the right side. This is a good stiff forecheck there by Gary Tashian, who's way up on the play. Up at center then. Here comes Egan, and a tremendous hip check by Dibble. Oh, that's 2 for him.
John Dibble, the junior defensive board, and he had them lined up, again executed beautifully, stuck the hip and trunk of the body out, kept his legs inside, and put the Delbarton player head over heels.
With speed around the left wing now, cutting around behind the net, look for help in the slot, and here it comes, and Redpath, and he wristed one wide of Tonzola. Puck kept in the zone though. Egan glides along the far side, along with Connor McNally. Long clear. And the pass intended for Hatcher. He took a swipe at the puck. Didn't quite get that. Now behind the net, Callahan and Hatcher, they eye each other up. Perhaps behind the play, the icing call, rather.
Well, I think they're going to bring this face-off to center ice because Delbarton is down a man. There's still Parros is still in the box. He has 13 seconds to go on the penalty. And there you see Rich Silva putting the face-off in center ice as whenever there is a mistake by the official, the face-off will go to center ice.
Is this a dying art or what?
Look at this. Look at. I haven't seen hip checks like that since Brad Park.
Can they teach that, or is that just instinct?
Well, you can teach it, but you have to have the courage and the confidence to throw that check. That's the kind you put on tape and you save it.
Yeah, he liked looking at that one, huh?
He just saw it on the big diamond vision on the scoreboard.
This is Hatcher, can't get the puck to settle down, keeps it in the zone, and the net! And there's Crooks out in front as he looked to redirect that little backhanded hack shot slash pass, whatever you want to call that, off the stick.
Oh, that time Brady Crooks had a great opportunity. He's parked all alone in front. The puck comes right to him, but it's bouncing and he can't handle it. Good job by Ross Cherry to hold on for the whistle.
Yeah, you got to have good concentration there and kind of keep the legs together. Once that baby starts bouncing, you have no idea which way it's going to go.
That's why goaltenders hate bouncing pucks. It's like a short hop. You have to get down and catch it right away because you never know which way it's going to go.
The Lonergan line out along with Parros and Solomine for Delbarton, along with Redpath and Callahan. Face off to the left of the Delbarton netminder, Ross Cherry. Gary Tashian to take the face off.
I'm not sure what the holdup is here, but Zach Hatcher is by the bench talking to Peter Herms.
Yeah, we are back to 5-on-5, of course. We're just going to want Hatcher to get off the ice. He had a bad matchup there. And quickly coming out as Hatcher goes off. Swan comes on. In the corner now, this is Redpath in a battle. Point. Dibble keeps it in. Dibble with a quick shot there taken by Swan. Along the far side, but now trickles back behind the net. Red path around the near side. He'll bring it to Parros. Parros has a man ahead of the play. That's Solomon, but the pass was in his skates. He could not control it. Off the wall, Caldwell with the clear. Brought back into the zone offside as Solomon was still in there, and Lonergan brought the puck in with a teammate in the Seton Hall zone.
Take a look there at Pat Lonergan, junior forward. 17 goals this year, 41 assists. Big player for Delbarton.
Playmaker, the kind of guy that that Peter Herms was actually worried about. He said, we're not going to worry too much about Parros. We want to shut down Lonergan because Lonergan gets Parros the puck.
Lonergan is a real crafty skater. Moves well without the puck as well. Can create a lot of havoc even when he doesn't have the puck because he gets to the open space and he's there to receive the pass.
Perry on the face-off for Delbarton, along with Brandon Doria, won by Perry and back to his defense and pushed back into the zone. Off the stick of Scott Herbst. Around the horn it comes. That's Dibble on the clear. Gives it right away to Caldwell. Takes a heavy hit back to the point. Fossey could not control. Into the Delbarton zone now. Back to the blue line. That's Perry to the right wing. Gives it to Doug Galsky now. The quick shot there is Crotty, but didn't have much of an angle and just skittered one past the far post. Back in behind the corner. Crotty is on it. If he touches it, no, it's going to be a high stick, but of course it had touched the Pirate stick. That was negated off the stick of Crotty. Behind the net now. This is Crooks. A kind of wildly carom to the slot, still controlled by Seton Hall. Here's Zach Hatcher around the defense. Hatcher to the slot. Hatcher had a man in the slot, and Crooks couldn't get him the puck and goes down heavy behind the net. Delbarton the other way cannot clear. Dibble, no, puck did come out, and Dibble shot it back in. In the estimation of the referee anyway, with two teammates still in the zone, it'll be the Seton Hall Pirates whistled for an offside.
Watch the play right here. Watch Zach Hatcher. Takes a high stick in the face. That's why they wear masks, right there to prevent an injury. He gets taken out of the play, catches a little bit of the goaltender, a little bit of the post, and goes crashing behind the net.
Has some good speed, huh?
Absolutely. He uses his body. We take a look at equipment, how it's come. You mentioned I played in this league 25 years ago. I'll tell you how long ago it was, maybe even 27 years ago. They didn't have equipment like this. Look at the stick right there, and he catches him right square in the mask, but didn't phase him. Didn't even break stride from the hit. Kept right on going.
This is Lonergan along the right wing side, gives the puck away. Quick shot and a glove save, rebound out in front, and Ross Cherry is there to slap the glove down again. Chris Swan with another offering. He's been all around the net tonight.
That time Cherry did a great job. He had a good view of the shot, squared himself to the shooter, and made the save. And then a little extracurricular activity after between the players. Again, you have to remember, these two schools are only about 10 miles apart. Many of these kids could be neighbors and go to different schools. We even have a situation where there's two brothers going, one to Delbarton and one to Seton Hall. There you see the save, and notice right there you see the big play coming in. That's Joe Fernandez for Seton Hall, crashing the net, trying to score on the rebound. Here's the first shot, good save. Here's Fernandez coming in, creating all the havoc.
Face off in a wild scrum that is, finally won by Delbarton. I guess you give them the win on that one. Ryan out the center. Here's Ryan on the puck. Chris Ryan to the Pirate blue line. Puts it in deep into the zone. Solomon in there to forecheck. He delivers a good shoulder into Connor McNally. Murphy behind the net. Turns away from the check and will give the puck up to the point. There's a shot through a maze. That was off the stick of Chris Ryan. Parros along the left wing boards. Tried to get it in deeper. Carams off his shin pad. And here comes Seton Hall the other way. Well, then turned around and thrown right back into the Seton Hall zone. Off the near side, Dave Murphy with a pass for Fernandez. He could not control. That one gets stuck up in the equipment. Actually, pops up into the penalty box area for a quick stoppage and a neutral zone face-off to come.
George Parros, he's going to have to step up his game. Delbarton needs him desperately right now to rise to the next level, to bring his team to the next level. They have to start putting some better shots against Joe Tonzola here in the second period.
Perhaps Brian Day was telling him that very thing, Pete. Come on, big guy, we need you. This is good off the left wing with a bit of a sucker pass that was intended for Liebman along the near side. He went down hard after that one. Still the Pirates pressing on offense. Delbarton with a steal. Can they clear? Yes, they do. Into the glove of Dibble, who'll glove and take it back into the neutral zone.
Kenny, they call that a buddy pass. Your buddy throws it from behind. You have your back to the play, looking for the pass coming, and the defenseman has you lined up, and that's exactly what happened.
Liebman in the battle behind his own net with Redpath. In comes LaPaglia now to help out, as well as Emil Salamine. He just delivered a hard check to Fossum. Meanwhile, back in the Pirate zone to retrieve the puck. Oh, they're throwing the weight around now. Another shoulder delivered there by, that was Roger Egan in the corner. Here comes Liebman. Liebman down the slot, getting a toe on it as Cherry rebound. And Liebman tried to take a backhanded swipe at it and could not.
Great play by Reynold Fossey right there. Liebman had a step on him, but he caught him and just got enough of the stick on his stick so he didn't get the good shot out. Right there, you see? He's coming in from the right side of the screen and just gets a piece of that shot, not allowing Justin Liebman to get a good shot off on goal.
And of course, keeping him off to the angle too to try and make that shot that much more impossible for the onrushing forward.
You always try to force the puck wide, always get it out of the slot, give the shooter a poor angle to fire the shot.
There's a hook, and a Pirate goes down, and the call is coming. As Zach Hatcher went down, the guilty party will be... Is that Doug Galski going? Number 16, I believe it is, yes.
And that time he got the stick up underneath the armpit, gave a little yank. Hatcher embellished it a little bit, which is what you're supposed to do. Watch right there. You see the stick, gets caught, and oh, the arms go flailing, the stick goes flying, and it's an automatic call.
Just like he was shot by a cannon.
Absolutely.
So the power play now to Seton Hall, who they're not up comfortably in this one, but they've got a 2-0 lead, and they're playing very sound. They're out shooting the Green Wave 13-4, so it means they've outshot them 4-0 here in the second period thus far. And now they'll have to kill off in the next 2 minutes as Galski's off 2 minutes for hooking. Hatcher keeps it at the point. Gets it in deep. Back behind the net. This is Herbst around the horn and gets it out of the zone. Swan will retreat. Swan has Dibble on the near side. Makes a nice move to get around Lonergan and then delivers to Dibble, but too far ahead for him. Doria is on it. Shoots it in from center. Back behind the net. In there first. That's Brady Crooks. Crooks has Hatcher behind the net. Gives to him. Hops over his stick. Again, Swan now along the near side to Crooks with a shot, and that goes off the defense in front. And here comes Delbarton, killing off the power play. Lonergan across the line. He could get a shot away, cuts to the slot, can't catch up with the puck as it dribbled across the crease. A turnaround offering by Parros, and he lost control of the puck. However, just ragtime. Good job there by George Parros, huh?
Excellent job by Parros and Lonergan. Took about 30 seconds off the clock with that play.
This is Crooks in on the play, steals it away, goes behind the net, has Hatcher in the slot. Could not deliver the puck cleanly to him. Off the wall on the clear into the neutral zone. Hatcher will be forced to retreat and pick up the puck in his own zone. 50 seconds to go on the Seton Hall power play.
Diving play by George Parros there to clear the puck out of center.
Hatcher in a big collision at center with Parros, and Parros is down. He's hurting. Well, that's two big bodies right there colliding right at center ice, and Hatcher had all the speed.
And both guys knew the check was coming. In fact, Parros is the guy who threw the check, so he was well aware of it. If anybody, it was Hatcher who was not expecting it. But you see, both guys have their head up. Let's look and see what happens. Face to face, leg to leg, a complete full-body collision by both guys.
And Parros is up and skating off under his own steam, but that is a major league hit.
There you see. He's hurt. He crumbled down. When you see a guy turtle like that and tuck his head down, you know he's hurting.
That's the old wind knocked out of you. Well, that certainly got the crowd here on their feet, too. They enjoyed seeing that one.
That was Joe Porcello from Cedar Grove High School, the trainer who came out to tend to George Parros.
I think he's tending to both schools here tonight, isn't he?
Yes, he is. The state has a trainer attending every one of the state championship games, the ones that were last week at the Menet Arena, as well as the games tonight.
There's a look at Mr. Parros, who will go to play junior hockey next year.
I was just going to say, and his eyes didn't look too good there. He looked a little bit in the daze.
Hockey players are tough. He won't even miss a shift, I'll bet you. So keep an eye on that. Kept in by Dibble. Turnaround offering by Tashian, and that's swept away neatly by Ross Cherry, and down in front. Pirate goes down. That was Dan Purcell, but another good save. Little Ross Cherry here has got the powers of concentration down.
Well, he's definitely picked up his game. You saw him make the save there and then absorb the check as the Seton Hall player came right into the crease there. And what happened was Cherry lost his helmet. And this year, in the high school rules, as soon as a goaltender or even a player loses their helmet, automatic whistle.
Here comes Delbarton off the face-off win out of their own zone. One man to beat, gets around him. This is LaPaglia, and then lost control of the puck. Tashian off the near boards does get the puck cleared out of the zone. Swan with it. Swan to the blue line, straddles the blue line, gets it over to Dibble. Dibble with a shot into the glove, and came loose momentarily, but Ross Cherry, discretion being the better part of valor, will just gobble that one up and get the face-off, which will come to his left.
Shot by John Dibble, the junior defenseman. Here we see left wing from his offside, a left wing playing on the right side, takes a shot. Cherry makes the save, but he's not confident in it. First of all, he's down early, and then he has it in his glove, but can't hang on to it. Might be just those nerves, a little bit of jitters, and as we mentioned early, only 15 years old.
4 shots for Delbarton, and unfortunately for them, they all came in the first period, and we've played almost half of the second period already. They've generated nothing. And credit Seton Hall for that.
They're playing an excellent defensive game.
Quick shot there. That was off the stick of Brandon Doria. Kept in the Delbarton zone. Hatcher there forgets the puck and gets a shoulder into the Delbarton defenseman. However, the green wave will clear. No, under the stick of Murphy. He hammers it back into the zone. Laid offside. Cleared away, and here comes Delbarton. Long lead pass. And this was Fligowski. Didn't even know it was coming. In fact, it's an icing call. Face-off back deep in the Delbarton zone, probably to the right of Ross Cherry.
Just then, twice, Delbarton tried to throw the home run pass. The first time it was picked off by Seton Hall. The second time it went all the way down for the icing. It's not a good strategy for Delbarton to try to hit the home run shot. They should be working hard, doing what got them to this game, which is passing and shooting, using all 5 skaters on the ice.
In talking to Seton Hall coach Peter Herms the other day, he said that Delbarton is a very opportunistic team. They wait for their chances. They're very patient. That's not a very patient hockey club right there when you're trying to make the home run pass like that.
Well, as you mentioned, we're exactly halfway through this game. They're down by 2. There's no tomorrow.
Quick shot off the stick of Tashian as he won the face-off. That went way wide, controlled by the Pirates at center and hammered back into the zone. Chris Ryan circles the net. Has Parros, who's out now on the right side after the hard hit. He's back into play. This is Solomon. Dumps it into the corner to the left of Tonzola. There, Caldwell with a hard time controlling it. Gives it away to the point. Chris Ryan again through a maze. That hits the defensive front. Rebound shot. And another one by Solomon. And wow, Tonzola had to come up big there as Delbarton was buzzing. And they do pick up a couple shots in that flurry there.
Joe Tonzola earned his keep. 2 great saves. The first one comes from the point. It's rather high. There's the pad. Watch another one right there off the right shoulder. And then he lunges with the left glove to hold on. We're going to take a look. That's actually deflected. Doesn't get through. That one does great left skate. Look how quick he is with the right shoulder and right arm. And then he holds on. There we take a look at John Warchol. In his 26th year behind the bench for Seton Hall Prep. Do you know John played on the U.S. national team in the early 60s? He's been around a long time. He's an icon in hockey in New Jersey.
Third winningest coach?
Third winningest coach behind Bob Uriyama and Harvey Cohen.
Face-off draw won by Seton Hall. They try and bring it the other way. Liebman does, but he has the puck poke checked off his stick, and Dave Murphy has to retreat behind his own net. Murphy there around the horn gets it to Ed DiMartino. DiMartino to Liebman. Ahead now to Emil Salamine, the younger brother of Delbarton's Dave. Ooh, there's a good sandwich job along the far side. Connor McNally. And DiMartino doing the duty. Pass now ahead to Dan Cherry. He elects to dump it into the zone. McNally is there first into the skates. Fligowski that was in the corner. Murphy around the horn gets it in the midsection of Liebman. Nice little pass off the boards. Here's Solomon, along with DiMartino. He can't get around the defense. Good one-on-one play there by Fossey. Puck now in the corner, along the near side. Liebman is there. Solomon on the puck. He's checked off it. kept in by McNally at the point. No, just skitters off this stick and comes to the neutral zone. Galsky is pulled down, and that'll draw the ire of the referee, and McNally will go.
There again, when you don't use your legs and you use your stick to catch the player, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be either a hook or a hole. There, we're going to take a look. That's a little earlier, some of the action that we saw. Nope, there it is. There's the hook. Notice he tucked it again right under the arm, right in the chest area, and pulled him down. And then a little, how do you do there, by the other Delbarton player. Connor McNally, the sophomore, will sit for 2 minutes.
All right, and so we'll say it again. No better time than the present with the man advantage. Down 2. Just under 6 minutes to go here in the second period. You want to get that goal. The time is now.
Connor McNally. Here receives 2 minutes for hooking.
Hooking is the call on Connor McNally. Delbarton Green Wave to the power play. This will be Dibble behind his own net. Just hammering around the near side. Kept in, and no. Walsey could not keep it in. Back behind Cherry in his own net. This is Callahan to retrieve. Gives off to Lonergan. Poor checking there by Brandon Doria. Here comes Fossey now. Dumps it into the corner to the left of Tonzola. Caldwell behind the net. Catches up to the puck, but there's Parros to check him off. George Parros with it. Back to the point to Callahan. Callahan will unload. Takes the shot. And that hits the skate in front and dribbles wide. Lonergan with it now as he's shouldered off by Caldwell. Back to Callahan again. Takes the shot, and that goes wide near side. Fossey on it. Keeps the puck in. Solomon is on it. This is Lonergan in there as well. And on the turnaround clear and neatly done by Chris Swan on the penalty kill.
What's dangerous is Delbarton's putting a few players right in front of Tonzola. The shots are coming from 60 feet out from the blue line, but it's very easily to be deflected, redirected, and that's what gives goaltenders headaches.
Solomon gets there first, looks for help in the slot, nobody home. Dibble has it. He takes a check from Parros. Caldwell now in the corner with Lonergan, who has the puck. Stolen away neatly by Brandon Doria and cleared the length of the ice. Just 40 seconds to go on this Delbarton power play. Caldwell from his own blue line. And Cherry has to make the save. The power play is going nowhere at the moment for the Green Wave. Doria just back to Dibble, and Dibble the length of the ice again. Power play time, 21 seconds to go. Fossey behind his net, again gives to Lonergan.
Here's the key, Kenny. It's his first breakout pass out of the zone. If that works, the rest of the play will work.
Well, they leave for Lonergan, and there's Brandon Doria each time to forecheck the puck away. There's a quick shot in the slot, and that goes off the defense in front. Now a battle back behind the net. Murphy is in there along with 2 Green Wave players. And it's going to be Chris Swan who comes away with it. Up to Doria, too hot for him to handle. Redpath at center, from center. That goes off the back of his teammate, Joe Crotty, and caroms into the Pirate zone. Outlet pass. Goes awry, and now Delbarton again will try it on the offensive top of the circle. That shot muffled by John Dibble in front. Dibble's had a heck of a game, Pete. He's throwing the body around, he's blocking shots.
Seton Hall is doing such a good job blocking the shots, getting in the way. Many of those shots that Delbarton is taking are never even reaching Joe Tonzola.
This is Lapaglia on the turnaround to the slot. Had a man there, that was Egan, but the puck was behind him. Here comes Seton Hall the other way. A little more than 3 minutes to go here in the second period. It's 2-0 Seton Hall on top. Egan on the right wing break could not control the puck. Nice little pass there by Rusty Hewitt. Now to Egan, who gets up speed at the Seton Hall blue line. Rubbed out along the boards. Has a man in the slot, and that's Rusty Hewitt. He was tied up neatly by Connor McNally.
Great play by Connor McNally. Took away the stick. We're going to have another penalty coming up here. This one's going to be to Delbarton.
Yes. Hernandez went down. The goaltender is out as Tonzola, extra attacker, out for Seton Hall. And there's the touch by Callahan. And the infraction occurred just in front of the Seton Hall bench as Hernandez went down. But I didn't see the guilty party. It appears that it might be Rusty Hewitt going to the box.
I think Hewitt's going to go for cross-checking. Watch some of this action along the right side. Ever going to see some of the activity? Boom, there's one good hit. I think here's the penalty coming up right there.
Yeah.
Whoa. He is very fortunate he only got called for a cross-check and not checking from behind. This is some of the action from a little earlier with a big play in the corner.
Hats off to these two teams. They are really going at each other. They are throwing the weight around.
And at the high school level, the penalty for checking from behind is not only a 2-minute minor, but also a 10-minute misconduct. That was dangerously close. The officials elected to call it cross-checking, which carries only a 2-minute minor.
Yes. Seton Hall to the power play, and if they can notch one here, they would do themselves a big favor. Brandon Doria on the face-off, and a false draw it was. We'll tee it up again to the right of Ross Cherry. George Parros to take the face-off. Pair of 15s to do battle here.
Bob Treby admonishing Owen Callahan for jumping into the circle too soon.
Dibble keeps it at the point behind the net. Crooks has it. Crooks looks to the slot. Has Hatcher there, but the puck went off the skate of the defense in front and just out of his reach. Coming in from the point is Doria, and the puck hopped over his skate. Good stick there. Good look by Hatcher. Back to Doria. Wanted to feed Dibble at the point, but gets caught up in the equipment of Egan. Or Lonergan, rather. He clears. No, not out. This is Dibble. Top of the circle. Thought about going to the net and then wanted to dump it into the corner. Did so weakly. This is Hatcher on the loose puck. To the slot and a clear by everybody the length of the ice to relieve some of that pressure. Behind the net, this is Dibble with it. Dibble up the slot. Long lead pass to Hatcher. Has help with Crooks. Crooks and Hatcher 2-0-1. Crooks with a shot that caught the arm, I believe, of Ross Cherry.
That time Ross Cherry played the shot beautifully. He stayed with the shooter, squared up, took the shot in the shoulder, and made the save.
Crooks behind the net, centering pass. Back to the point, Dibble fan on the shot. Hatcher on the loose puck. 45 seconds to go in the man advantage for the Pirates. This is Callahan the length of the ice. And the Pirates getting good pressure on this power play opportunity. Long lead pass. That's Chris Swan. We're going to be back with more from the Continental Airlines Arena in a moment. Welcome back. 1:09 to go in the second period. 30 seconds to go on the Pirates power play from the blue line, high and wide of Cherry. Behind the net, LaPaglia is there. This is a turnaround. Look at the center of the pass for Dan Priscilla. Behind the net now to the slot. Had Gary Tashi in there. The puck again was behind him just a little bit. Passes just ever so slightly off the mark.
Also credit Delbarton's defenseman getting a piece of the pass. It's not quite right on the mark because he's getting redirected as it's centered from behind the net.
Catching a skate, catching a stick. Outlet pass that was stolen away by the Green Wave. In the neutral zone, just dumped back in and then played back out to the stick of John Dibble. Into the zone now. Oh, and that was Priscilla over skating. Here comes Delbarton the other way. Egan with a left wing break, and he is bodied off neatly by Tashi. Back into the zone off the stick of Chris Bryan. Behind the net, Dibble will control.
Kenny, we're 10 seconds away from the end of the period here, and it's exactly the same way we ended the first period. 2-goal lead by Seton Hall. Delbarton has to be happy. They've kept themselves in the game. Now they have one more task to do, and that's to score here in the third period when we start up again.
We see as we have just 4.8 to go here in the second period, Zach Hatcher has headed back to the Seton Hall dressing room. Right. Don't know what that problem might be, but we'll certainly find out if we can. He's been throwing his weight around a bit.
4.8 left on the clock. Do you pull your goaltender? The faceoff's down deep in the other zone. You desperately need a goal. What do you do?
I don't know. You can score in just under 5 seconds. You can go the length of the ice.
That you can do. You don't have to. If there's no goaltender, you don't have to go the length
You just shoot it, sure, but that you can't pull it. You need to win this faceoff, though, which Delbarton does. Can they get the shot away? Turnaround, that went off the skate in front. Centering pass, and it goes in, but after the buzzer. That will not count. Clearly, the buzzer had rung, or had buzzed, and that will be it here
If they had another 3 seconds on the clock, boy, oh boy.
That would have been very interesting. Well, we finished the second period of play here at the Continental Airlines Arena just as we finished the first period with the Seton Hall Pirates holding a 2 spot over the Delbarton Green Wave. And they are throwing their weight around. This has been some kind of hockey game. We'll be back. Our intermission activities will commence when we return. We thought it would be close, but then it didn't look like it was going to be close, but it is close. We're through 2 periods, and the Pirates have a 2-0 lead. Ken Adelberger and Pete Caggiano back with you. Wow, what a period that was. Now, we talked about Ross Cherry, the Delbarton goaltender, after the first period, and how shaky a period it was for him. He came up sharp when he had to here in the second period.
He played great in the second period. Squared himself to the shooters a lot more, used all of his body, used his arms and his legs, and made some great saves.
And right now he's kind of keeping his team in it. Wow, the save he made off of Justin Lehman early in the second period was a telltale for him.
Well, right there, Lehman doesn't quite get all of it because a good play by Reynold Fossey, but notice how he extends his left leg, gets the big toe on the shot, and then the rebound is cleared away.
Peter, we only have 2 goals in this game, but we have a ton of hits, and this is the best one thus far.
Boy, this is as hard of a hit as you're ever going to see. At center ice, 2 guys coming full speed. Parros and Zach Hatcher head-to-head, and Parros actually got hurt on that play, but thank God he's back.
We talked about Ross Cherry in the Delbarton net. Not to be outdone, here's Joe Tonzola with not 1, not 2, but 3 pretty nifty saves.
Well, Tonzola has not had a lot of pressure, but when he had to, he's come up big. There you can see the first shot by Parros, and then right there, he makes the second save off the shot by Solomon with the right shoulder. Outstanding.
But you know what? Through all of that, little has changed. Because in the second period, there were no goals scored. No highlights, no goals to show you there. But the numbers, still very impressive. Look at the shots, just 2 in this period for Delbarton. Seton Hall, wide advantage there, but it's the hits category that I think is amazing because it was supposed to be Delbarton. It was the bigger team that was going to be throwing the weight around.
And Ken, you don't win with hits, you win with shots on goal. That's the only way you can score goals, and Delbarton has to increase their shots on goal.
Pirates have pretty much had it their way thus far. We still have a full period to go from the Continental Airlines Arena. 2-0 Pirates on top. Back for the third in a moment. Welcome back, everyone. We are set for third period action, and Delbarton's going to have to come up with at least a 3 spot in this one if they hope to be the parochial division champs and go on to play on Monday in the state championship game. Tough task for them, Peter.
Well, there you see the team that's going to do their best to deny them that opportunity. That's Seton Hall, and they are right now standing with a 2-0 lead, and there's only 15 minutes separating them from Monday night.
Set to take the face-off, Brandon Doria, clad in white for Seton Hall, wins it back deep in his own zone. John Dibble can retrieve, gets it off the glass, and clears the zone with it. And this is Doria the other way, along with Fernandez. Has Fernandez down the slot. Can't get him the puck because he's pulled down to the ice, and the Green Wave come the other way. Lonergan with speed tries to get around Dibble. Poke check the puck loose. This is Parros. He tried the wraparound and fell down in the attempt. Caldwell the other way at center. Seton Hall to Doria. And offside, I believe on the right side. Was that Caldwell?
No, I think Doria was the man that was offside. He picked up his back skate. His right skate was over the line. Picked up his back skate a half a second before the puck crossed the line. Bob Treby on the far side looked at it twice and then decided to make the call. See if we can see right there.
Close.
Well, you know I have to stick up for the official.
Yeah, I know you do.
That was definitely the right call. And you can't tell from this angle. You need the cross angle.
I'd just be happy you're up here doing this tonight, not down there, because I'd rip you.
No, I'm not happy. Half the coaches in the state are happy that I'm up here and not down there.
Here we go. Roger Egan at center, dumps it in from center. Behind the net towards Zola. Only slows, can't control. Centering pass, and that's stolen away by Tashian. High off the glass, Caroms right back to Tashian, and then outletted, no. Falsey is there in a one-on-one battle. Delbarton keeps it in the zone. This is Egan along the far right wing boards. For the centering pass, put right back in the zone by Tashian again. Clear the puck is supposed to go the other way, not throw it back deeper in your own zone. Tashian will try it out the near side, off the wall, and around the horn it comes. Kept in by Crotty now. Puck is loose and out to the slot. Kept in by Fossey, just chips it in high off the glass, back behind the net.
Kenny, what you see here is the Delbarton defenseman pinching in a little more, trying to keep that puck in the Seton Hall zone. They know they have to score 2 in this period if they want to continue. So not yet, still a little early, but I'm sure if we get another 5 or 6 minutes into this game, you're going to see Brian Day tell his team to pull out all the stops, throw caution to the wind, everybody up.
You take a look at Joe Tonzola, who hasn't had a lot of work here, just 6 shots through 2+ periods. Face off to his left, one back to the point. Redpath with a shot, and that's off the stick. And stick aside by Tonzola. Back to Redpath again. He'll unload one more time. That goes off the skate in front, and Caroms to the near side. Chris Ryan with an offering that goes off the defense. Pirates control, back to Chris Ryan again. Glove save and held on neatly. As that was eye-high and somewhat easy pickings for the junior goaltender for the Pirates.
Well, that time Tonzola just stuck out the left glove, snatched it right out of the air, but he went down early. That may cost him in the future. When you go down early, you lose your lateral mobility. He went down early, but he was able to stick out the left glove and make the save.
We've played just a minute 39 here into the third period.
There's the shot. See, he's down already, but he has enough of the net coverage, sticks out the left glove, and holds on for the whistle.
Lonergan back to the point. Parros is in front. Parros open net. Oh, and he tried on the rebound as Tonzola was down again and could not get Goodwood on it.
Kenny, I don't know how he missed that shot. That's the kind of play you dream about. An open net, the puck sitting in the crease. I'm not sure if Tonzola got a piece of it or he just shot it wide, but Parros will see that shot in his dreams tonight.
Oh, he was on the doorstep as they got it back to the point and the shot by Herms.
Watch right here. He kicks it up to his stick, and oh, he never got it off. He never actually got the shot off when he kicked it from his skate, putting it up to his stick. It was a little too hard, and he banned with the shot.
Now Parros will settle in and take the face-off and line up Lonergan in the trigger position, has Solomon to go to the net. They win it back to Lonergan, takes the shot, pad save, rebound, stolen away by the Pirates as Dibble was there to pick up the loose puck. Ahead now, this is Swan. Swan is taken down hard into the boards. And the puck is cleared out the far side. Dibble will control in the neutral zone. To Caldwell, turns. And off the boards, intended for Swan. Too hot for him to handle. Fernandez fell and tried to just scoop that puck in deeper into the zone. But Delbarton will control. Long lead past the center. That is off the blade of Parros. And now he'll go into forecheck. And Dibble's there, stolen away. Parros has a beat on the puck. He's taken down, falls on top of the puck, and thus the whistle and a face-off again to the right of Tonzola, as the majority of the play now here in the third period has been in the Pirate zone.
Well, Delbarton has her back against the wall. Here we're going to see George Parros. The stick is around his leg, but he kind of helps this one out a little bit. When you see his skates come higher than his head when he goes down, you know that he embellished the play a little bit. And our officials tonight, right on the call, let that one go, no infraction. I'm surprised they didn't take the face-off and put it outside the zone, because it was Parros that caused the stoppage. But the face-off will stay inside the Seton Hall zone to the left of Joe Tonzola.
Harry, Crotty, and Celia, the forward line out now to Delbarton. As the Pirates control the puck, flips it high into the air. The clear intended for Doria, couldn't control, but right on the loose puck is Purcell. He took a shoulder. Delbarton will pick up the loose puck and throw it back down deep into the Pirate zone. In a battle, Perry thought he would get there first. This is Crotty now. Crotty, and a shot that is gloved neatly, as that was probably going wide, but with Dan Perry parked just on the far side of the net there. Tonzola had to grab that one and hold on.
Absolutely. That was a dangerous play. It's not the shot. The shot coming from the side by Joe Crotty is an easy shot, but Delbarton had 2 players parked in front, and that's what makes it dangerous. Right there, you see on the far side, Tonzola using the left glove. He's very good with that left glove. Uses it almost like a first baseman would with short hops and scoops. Sticks it out, makes the save, and again slows the play down. Right now, Seton Hall just wants to slow this game down. They have control of the game. They're looking at 12 more minutes, and they play on Monday.
Chris DeMuth to take the face-off for the Green Wave. He is at center against Emil Salomon. Won by Delbarton, chipped high in the air and behind the net. Again, Murphy tries to hard around and gets the puck out of the zone. Chris Ryan forced to retreat. To take on the lead from Ross Cherry. Right wings a pass, and that'll be controlled in the neutral zone, thrown back in by Murphy. Behind the net, Cherry with the lead for Fossey. Fossey with the lead pass. This is DeMuth. Catches up to it, shoots it up into the bench of Seton Hall, thus the stoppage of play. Backup goaltender there, Jeff Skoronsky, had to get a glove on that one, thus risk injury.
He just used his blocker. But that's also why every player on the bench, including the backup goaltender, and you see him right there, Jeff Skoronsky, who, by the way, Peter Herms said if they make the game on Monday, will be the starting goaltender. They all must wear their full protection, the helmets, even when you're on the bench, and it's just for that reason. Yeah, Peter Herms and John Warchol, the co-coaches for Seton Hall, go with a rotation system. So, though Tonzola has played well here tonight, Skoronsky will be the goaltender come Monday should they make it. There we see a dive, but a miss. Boy, that has to hurt. Chris DeMuth head first right into the boards. Right in front of the Pirate bench. The puck got caught up in the equipment, I believe, of Chris Swan, and so we'll have a face-off right there. Chris Swan has added to his totals here with a goal in the first period. Third in team scoring, his 19th goal of the season. Stands to be the game winner. This is Herbst. Circles and retreats. Spins off to Owen Callahan. Callahan takes a hit. Delivers the puck into the zone. This is Lonergan with it at the blue line. They're a little scrambly out there right now. They can't get the puck in deep. Delbarton can. Gloved down neatly by the Pirate forward. Spun around. It'll be Delbarton in control. Scott Herbst again. Poor check by Joe Fernandez. And then Herbst takes a shoulder from Chris Swan. Back in the Delbarton zone. Owen Callahan. Left wing's a pass. This is George Parros. Parros, Solomon, and Lonergan on the big line, the top line this is for Delbarton. They need a goal desperately. 10:40 to go here in the third period. A 2-0 game that Seton Hall has led since the 2-minute mark. This is Parros. Circles around behind his own net. The big guy will get up some steam and then deliver it to Lonergan. It's center, but that hops over his stick. Countering the other way. Steve Jeffers down the slot. Some nice moves there. Haven't called Steve Jeffers' name much in this one. Solomon from center behind the net as Delbarton will get a line change. Crotty is on the ice along with Redpath now with the puck. He has it stolen away. This is Crooks. He lost control and back the other way. Redpath over to Chris Ryan. Ryan off the left wing boards. Intended for Crotty. Hopped over his stick. Murphy, as he's done so many times, just turns and fires the puck back out the center, only to have Delbarton fire it back deep into Seton Hall territory. Murphy again out the right side to Doria. Passes behind him, picked off by Delbarton at center. This is Murphy now up on the play. Dave Murphy to the slot. Tries the backhander. It's a weak one. Cut down by Redpath in front and cleared to the far right wing boards. Into the neutral zone. Into the skates of Doria. Doria around the horn it goes, back behind the net. And Seton Hall starting to control this play, starting to keep the puck on their stick, and when they have the puck, Delbarton can't score. Steve Jeffers with it as they cycle in the corner. Now Jeffers out into the slot. Jeffers with a cross slot on the goal line. Nice save. The light went on, but no, that did not go in. I don't believe that went in. Brady Crooks has his hands in the air. I think Ross Cherry made the save on the goal line on that one. Ken, I couldn't tell, but Bob Truby, our official, was right in the back of the net. He was right there looking at it. No goal. He's going to wave it off.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if he's waving up for the didn't go in, or possibly it was kicked in. I'm not sure. We're going to have to take a look right now. Let's watch as the play comes out from the corner. There's a nice move to get by one. There's the pass. It's that looked like it was over the line, but was it kicked in? That's the other question. It was real close to the skate. Maybe we can get a better look on this angle.
No goal. The net was off the
the net was off the moorings is the call.
Well, let's take a look. And
it's hard to tell from that angle if the entire puck was over the line.
We're kind of,
but a portion of it was.
Well, the whole puck has to be over the whole
Correct.
line for it to count as a goal. And right there, the stick right there obscures our vision. We can't quite tell if the whole puck was over, but boy, that was close. And they do not have replay at the high school level. Plus, he might have been in the crease before. From that angle, it looked like it might have been over the line, but again...
They called the net off, and that's why they disallowed the goal.
Peter Herms looking for an explanation.
And it must have been the far post that was off, because again, our vision was obscured there.
And just like in the NHL, whenever there's a controversial play, it is not replayed on the big board on top.
Peter Herms not happy about that one, because that could have been
the icing on the cake.
The final nail. Well, let's pull out the cliches.
The coup de grace. And that's Jim Festa.
He turned the light on. He had a good beat on it. Face off to the left of Cherry. Zach Hatcher to take it. We got a chin strap adjustment that must be made out there by Rusty Hewitt.
Players must have their mouthpieces in and chin straps must be snapped.
And now we'll drop the puck. Doria backhands it into the corner far side. This is Crooks on it. Leaves it there. Hatcher's in on it. Doria as well, skating away with it, and then losing control of it. Back behind the net. Hatcher with a turnaround, and that's checked away by Falsey. Puck high up into the air into the slot, and this will be controlled by Delbarton. Herbst with the clear. Pass intended for Egan was behind him. The Pirates the other way. Dump it in. And dump it back out. Near side, McNally. Ahead to Doria. Doria looks to unload. Can he get around the defense? He falls. Tries the centering pass, but then it's too late. The puck is loose. And Cherry jumped out of the net to try and stop the puck, and he's got a Pirate on top of him. That was Crooks. And the helmet of Cherry comes off. He complains. And now there's a cross check by Rusty Hewitt on Brady Crooks. And that is certainly going to draw a call.
Absolutely. In fact, if they want, they could probably even call a major for that, because that was blatant. It was definitely with the intention to hurt the other player. It was done to send a message. Look at it right here. But this is a vicious cross check right to the side of the head.
That's not a very disciplined thing to do when you're down by 2 in a game of this magnitude.
Let's see what they put up on the board. Is it 2, 4, or 5?
I would think this game is far from over. You have to look at it as being far from over with 8:22 to go, and I think Brian Day is a bit in disbelief there too.
He's upset. Every player wants to protect their goaltender, and the Seton Hall player did rough up Ross Cherry a little bit, but that's not the way you retaliate. Very fortunate, only a 2-minute penalty.
Rusty Hewitt. 2 minutes for cross-checking. And that's not the time to be killing penalties. That's as good as taking 2 minutes off the clock, 2 minutes out of your offense's hands.
And that's something Delbarton cannot afford right now.
0 for 3 on the power play. The Pirates are. This is their 4th one of the night. Face-off won by Callahan. Centering pass or a clearing pass, and he threw it right up the gut, and that hit the knee of Zach Hatcher. Risky play there. Dibble turns away from the forecheck and loses control, and now shorthanded. Parros is in on the puck. Can they keep it in? They do. Parros on the backhand. In there with Bonner. And all kinds of damage. On the backhand. Lonergan has help at the point. If he can get it to Callahan, gets it across to Parros with a shot, and he whistled it wide, near side. Oh, that was a golden opportunity right there.
That was probably their best scoring chance of the third period, and they're down a man.
Lonergan to Redpath, ahead to Parros. And now to Swan. Swan in his own zone. Ahead to Dibble. Slowly, methodically, they get it up to Doria. At the blue line. Doria with a drop to Hatcher. Hatcher across to the slot. On the backhand, Crooks could not get it away. And now down the slot. Again, that was Swan, and he was bumped off the puck and lost control.
Good play by George Parros, because Chris Swan did have the puck. He was in the slot about 15 feet out. Parros, at the end of his line shift, didn't have a lot left, but he had enough to knock Chris Swan off the puck.
Dibble behind his own net, left wings run quickly to Swan. Swan delivers the puck just as fast into the Delbarton zone. Bad clear there behind the net, and a good hit. Again, Hatcher in on that one as he and Herms went shoulder to shoulder. Now the Pirates will control. Doria steps in from the point. They look for him, but he's on the backhand. Pass a bit behind him. Behind the net. This is Hatcher. Tried to flip it. I caught the defense in front and almost flipped over the top of the net to the slot. That would have been interesting. On the clear, here comes Egan with speed. One man to beat. Roger Egan goes down, and the penalty will be called. And Dibble will go. And so with just 12 seconds in the power play to Seton Hall, it'll be Delbarton that'll go to the power play.
End-to-end action, both sides of the rink. Here we're going to see a big collision coming up right there. Hatcher catches Scott Hurst with his head down, really levels him. And here you see the great play. This is Roger Egan. Watch right there as the skates are taken out. In the high school rules, anytime a player leaves his feet and makes contact with the player, especially if he makes contact and takes the player down, as you saw right there, guaranteed tripping call every time.
23-11, the hit parade continues here.
Almost 2-to-1 ratio.
We'll have 12 seconds, Peter, of 4-on-4, and then Delbarton will go to the power play. Parros and Solomon, along with Falsey and Lonergan. This is Falsey. He whistled one high over the glove of Tonzola. Kept in by Lonergan, kept in by Parros. He'll track it down on the far side, turn, and fire wildly through the slot. Power play now for Delbarton. Falsey at center. They get Callahan out on the ice. Caldwell off the wall, and an easy clear it is as the Pirates have to kill off this power play.
Delbarton's going to dump it in. They must be quicker getting to the puck and control it. But if they dump it in and Seton Hall gets to it first like they did right there, they're going to clear it every time.
Cherry with the give to Falsey. Reynold Falsey behind his own net. Tried out the right side. Has Callahan on the right. Has Lonergan up the gut. Tries it. Passes just off the mark. This is Callahan the other way and just opts to get it in deep. Take some time. Why not? Minute 4 to go on the power play for Delbarton. Pat Lonergan. They've done a good job, just like they wanted to do, in controlling Lonergan here tonight.
They've done an excellent job wrapping him up.
Caldwell found the puck on his stick in the slot, and the Pirates will clear. Herbst across to Parros now. Parros stops the blue line, drops it in the zone, but with Lonergan already in the zone, Delbarton guilty of offside.
There we take a look at Lonergan. Pat Lonergan, the junior forward, 17 goals this year, 41 points. On that offside, George Parros guilty of the play that makes coaches go crazy. He made a deke right at the blue line. Get the puck over the line first, then make your deke. Don't make it at the blue line. You cause your teammates to go offsides. It's exactly what Parros did.
Dan Perry and Brandon Doria on the faceoff. It is one and pushed deep into Seton Hall territory. Behind the net, that's Murphy on the puck, along with Doug Galski. 2-on-1 there in the corner, and here comes Delbarton away with it. This is Galski now. Has Perry going to the net if he can find him. Redpath stepped up on the play, and an easy clear it should be. Yes, indeed it is. Brandon Doria clears the puck to the length of the ice with 15 seconds to go on Delbarton's power play.
Andy, that's not the important clock. The important clock is just over 4.5 minutes to go in the game.
Good point.
Delbarton really has to do something now.
High check there by Crotty. That was on Doria, and Doria took a swipe back at him. Let him know he didn't quite appreciate that. Now they go back and talk it over, will they, for a second. There's Joe Crotty, quite a competitor. Fourth in team scoring, came in with 11 goals, 11 assists, 22 points, and a bit of an attitude.
Right there. Well, his hands weren't too high. He looked a little higher than the first time I looked at it. They were right in the chest area. And what made it look so bad is that the Seton Hall player was flat-footed with his back to the boards.
Face-off will be in the neutral zone, just to the Seton Hall side of the center ice red line. Want to get the players out there. Doria a little late coming off the bench, and now he'll drop the stick down and take the puck and face off against LaPaglia. Won by the green wave. They dump it into the zone. Gonzola leads. And easily clearing. That was off the stick of Crooks. And knocked down by a high stick. A high stick infraction. We have high sticking minors coming up here. Coincidentals?
It appears to be. I didn't see the play. It was behind the play. It was on the far side of the rink. Or is it just Delbarton going to sit? Oh, just Delbarton's going to be Roger Egan, the senior forward, is going to sit 2 minutes for high sticking. This could be the end. There you see Brian Day shaking his head. Disappointed.
Yeah, can't be happy with what's transpired here in the third from a penalty standpoint. That's the absolute last thing that Delbarton needed.
Kenny, I was just going to say, Delbarton is at the point where now they have to throw caution to the wind. They need to score 2 goals in the last 4.5 minutes. Now they have to do it playing the first 2 of those minutes down a man.
Parros in on the puck, and it was swept away neatly by Dibble, and here comes Hatcher the other way. Hatcher to the Delbarton blue line, lost control. However, the Pirates will still hold on to it. Brady Crooks turns around. And maybe they don't need any more offense here. If they get an opportunity, they'll take it. But this should be more of a game of keep away at this point for Seton Hall.
Absolutely, Ken.
Parros steals away the centering pass and delivers it neatly to Lonergan. He can get some steam here, get around Dibble, pushes the puck too far ahead, but will get to the puck in the front of Crooks. Rubbed out neatly by Caldwell, and that means Dibble can get the puck. Ahead to Crooks. Crooks can't get around the defense of Chris Ryan. And Ryan then will clear, does not get it out of the zone. Scott Herbst off the wall and does.
Again, Kenny, you see the passes coming from deep within the net. That's because you do not have 2-line passes at the high school level. The red line is only for icing.
Herbst around the wall. Who will get there first? John Dibble, the wrong-colored sweater. At center, Doria in a battle. There's Hatcher to bump Perry off the puck, but Delbarton will still control. LaPaglia turns. He saw McNally there, delivering a big check. Dibble has it. 40 seconds to go in the Delbarton penalty. The Seton Hall power play. This is Doria to Dibble to McAnally. A return. Ooh, almost stolen away by LaPaglia. Fortunately, Dibble was there to cover up for that errant pass. This is Dibble in the zone. Down the slot, takes the shot, catches the wood of the defense, and trickles high up over the glass and into the crowd. 2:46 to go here in the third. 2-0 Pirates on top. The winner of this one advances to the state championship game on Monday night.
The Pirates are playing this power play very cautiously. Even though they have the advantage, they're keeping a man back there, you see. Peter is shouting instructions to his team, wants to make sure that everybody knows what their job is. We're inside 3 minutes. Everybody has the job to do. Everybody knows what they're supposed to do and not do any more. That's when you get in trouble, when you try to do above and beyond what you're capable of. If everybody does their job, they will win.
Face-off dribbles right in on Ross Cherry. And again, even though he didn't have anybody on his doorstep, he wanted to hold on to that one. Get a little better breakout play going than perhaps what would have set up there. Plus, they're killing off a penalty here anyway, so they've got to be very cautious.
There we see Brian Day in his 6th year behind the bench at Delbarton, has over 100 victories in those 6 years.
Face off to the right of Cherry. Won by Delbarton. Back to the point on the giveaway, however. Redirection. Purcell is there, and he got the rebound away. And perhaps Cherry got a piece of that one. This is Murphy. He'll unwind, and that goes through a maze in front. McNally keeps it into the corner. Tashian is there. Gets it behind the net to Purcell. Purcell to Swan. Swan turns. Swan fires. And that was just wide to the near side. McNally on the redirection, and Purcell hit the outside of the net.
Boy, that was close.
Purcell to the slot. And the stick of Roger Egan is there to clear the length of the ice. And in on goal, actually, Tunzola is forced to play.
Great setup by Seton Hall. The shot just missed the post, just caught the outside of the net. That would have been it.
Less than 2 minutes to go in this hockey game. Pirates trying to get it in the zone. Purcell does, and then takes a hit. Here comes Fauci the other way. Has Parros on the right wing. Fauci wanted to drop it back to Parros, but it's stolen away by Chris Swan, who just walks it high and gives the puck right away to Pat Lonergan. Around the defense, through the neutral zone, across the blue line. Lonergan alone. Lonergan takes the shot. Tunzola gets a piece of that.
Again, Tunzola going down early, but he was able to raise his left glove.
Another redirection right there, Peter. And Tonzola had to make the save from his knees. The Pirates looking good now. Just a minute 15 to go in this one. Lonergan just inside the blue line, gets it across to Solomon. He'll get the shot, he'll score! Dave Solomon has given them life with 1:09 to go. It's a 2-1 hockey game. It's not over yet.
For the senior forward, Dave Solomon, that's his 9th goal of the year. But I tell you what, the guy that helped out that goal was George Parros in front. He created havoc, he created the screen. And don't forget Lonergan. Lonergan did a great job. We're going to see some of the pressure that started this whole play. Notice the redirection right there by Lonergan. Great save by Tonzola. Now here comes the shot. He picks a corner, he shoots, but there's Parros in front. Look what he does. He ties up the defenseman. He creates a screen. I don't know if Tonzola even saw the shot, but we're a minute 9 to go. Delbarton's down by just 1, and look what Delbarton's doing. They're changing goaltenders. Now what they're doing is they're trying to sneak an extra timeout. They've already used their timeout early in the first period, so right now, whenever you change goaltenders at the high school level, you're allowed a 1-minute timeout, and that's what they're doing to warm up the new goaltender. That will allow them to keep their first line of Lonergan and Parros fresh, so they can come back out for the last 1 minute.
They took that timeout 2 minutes 15 seconds into the game.
Well, they needed to take it at that point.
They found themselves down 2-0. Well, it certainly has added to the drama here as the senior forward notches the goal for the Green Wave. There's Ross Cherry, who has played sensationally, I'd say, over the last 42 minutes. He had a little bit of a rough start.
He struggled in the beginning of the game. He settled down. He played real well.
Peter Herms going to do a little pacing back there as you see Joe Tonzola make his way back to the net. The 15th shot on Tonzola was the first goal of the game for the Green Wave. And they are just huddled around their coach, Brian Day, right now, talking over strategy. They are going to keep their goaltender in the net, but as soon as they win this faceoff and get that puck going the other way, Jim Carroll will be out of there like a shot. You know that.
Absolutely, Ken. That's the strategy. And there we take a look at the senior, Dave Solomon, scoring his 9th goal and probably none bigger in his career. Egan and Parros get the assist.
Well, if he gets the game tire, that would be bigger, right?
That's true. That's true. I didn't count on that one.
All right, we're set in a 2-1 hockey game, and they're on their feet here.
The Delbarton crowd is rising.
1:09 to go in a 1-goal hockey game, and Delbarton has the puck. Fosse has it, and from center just lofts it in. Carroll's out of the net. The extra attacker on for the Green Wave. Parros in the corner. Has Solomon going to the net, but tied up neatly in the corner. There's 3 Pirates in there. Here comes Callahan out. Lost control to the empty net. Doria has it. If he can hit it, hit the side of the net. Puck is still loose. Parros is on it. 43 seconds to go. It's center, and from center. Just wide. That was off the stick of Caldwell. Doria has it. Can't get around Fosse. Solomon to Lonergan, and that goes the length of the ice in on Tonzola. He'll try it high into the air. Can he score? No, that's gloved down by Owen Callahan. Doria with a wide open cage. It's over. 3-1. Empty netter. The Pirates will advance.
And for Seton Hall, this is what it's all about right there. Just 19 seconds remaining in the game. The open net is the last nail in the coffin. And I tell you, Tonzola almost had that goal. If not for Owen Callahan knocking that puck away, that's what comes from watching Martin Brodeur all those years. He almost had one.
Well, what a sequence of events this was here, Peter.
There we see Seton Hall coming in. He has to get the puck before it crosses the goal line or it will be icing. But right there, Brandon Doria hits the side of the net. But here we see great interception by Doria. Coming in, he knows he has a lot of time. Puts it square in the middle. That's the 3-1 lead. It's over.
elation on the Seton Hall Pirates bench. They're going to go back to the finals again. And they'll try their luck at the state championship. Well, what a tremendous hockey game this has been. They said it was going to be close, not the overtime that some people were predicting.
And also, I think the crowd here tonight saw a very good game. There's about 5,000 people in the Continental Airlines Arena tonight. They all enjoyed themselves.
Face off in the neutral zone. Shot high up into the stands. We can't end this one yet. It's 2 quick face-offs in the last 9 seconds. They'll do it again with a face-off dot in the neutral zone way out to the left of Joe Tunzola. Roger Egan to take it against Ben Hallowitz. Hallowitz getting some ice time here in the closing seconds. Rusty Hewitt chops it high into the air. Behind the net, Murphy is on it. Off the wall, 4, 3, out of the zone, to the neutral zone, red cap, and there it is over. 3-1, the final score. The Seton Hall Pirates, and got a bit of a skirmish in front of the bench to end this one. But that'll be it. The parochial division champs, 1997-98, the Seton Hall Pirates.
Seton Hall got the production from their big men. They got it from Hatcher, they got it from Doria, and they got it from Swan.
That's an emotional bunch right there. Joe Tunzola, 15 shots, 14 saves, and a 3-1 win. And one of the best scenes in hockey, one of the things I like best about this game is when it's all said and done, you meet at center ice and you shake over.
Hey, you see Peter Herms. Peter Herms,
he said that he would just be happy to win this game and be the parochial division champs, that anything beyond that would be icing on the cake.
baloney. He wants to win Monday night. He said that. I don't know how much I believe him. He wants to win Monday night. He wants to avenge the loss last year in the state championship game.
He's going to have that opportunity. Yep. Prep hockey, it's okay. 3-1, Seton Hall victorious here. They are the parochial champs. We'll be back with some final thoughts in a moment. Hail to the parochial champs, the Seton Hall Pirates. They did it in grand style here at the Continental Airlines Arena tonight, and they're going to celebrate. They still have some business to do. 3-1, they defeat the Delbarton Green Wave. Welcome back, everybody. Ken Adelberg along with Peter Caggiano, and we knew this was going to be a close one from the outset. They always are when these two teams play each other. It's a bitter, bitter rivalry. You had mentioned before that they're just miles apart, so they love to go at each other. What sticks out in your mind about this game?
Well, what sticks out in my mind about this game is the fact that Seton Hall came out flying. 2-0 lead 2 minutes into the game. Delbarton held them pretty tough. Came back to make it 2-1, and then of course the open net made it 3-1. But Delbarton has nothing to be ashamed of. They played a great game tonight, but Seton Hall was right on their game. They did everything they planned. When we spoke with John Warchol and Peter Herms before the game, he said he wanted to control the game. He wanted to take the play of Parros and Lonergan away, and he did exactly that.
We want to take a look at some of those goals. There were, well, 4 of them scored in the game. Goal number 2, this one was a beauty, and it all started back in the Seton Hall Pirate zone. And of all things, well, we had about 40-45 hits in this game. There's one of them, and it broke things loose the other way, Peter.
And there we see the pass. This is Hatcher picking up the puck right at the blue line, getting his arms free, using the strength to stick right by his face, but he still beats Cherry between the legs for the second goal.
And then the empty netter, the one that sealed it, the steal by Brandon Doria, and he didn't miss this time.
Well, this time Doria does a nice job stopping the outlet pass, tucking the puck into the open net, and the celebration begins.
3-1, the final score, Seton Hall over the Delbarton Green Wave. And For the Green Wave, it was a wonderful season, and Coach Brian Day, they should all hold their heads very, very high. Seton Hall will go on and live another day. They're on to the state championship game on Monday night, the March to Victory, and you can catch it on CN8. Join Peter and I Monday, March 23rd, right here again from the Continental Airlines Arena. Game time at 7:30. Hope you can join us. We're having a good time bringing this one to you. From all of us here at CN8, from my partner Peter Caggiano, I'm Ken Adelberger. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you all Monday night for that March to the Championship.